Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Right, so good morning everyone, and my name is Zola Saputra, and today I am presenting on a very important topic in academic writing, which is avoiding plagiarism using mendeley in Indonesian higher education. Today I will share you with the findings from five important research studies about how mendeley, a reference management software, can help students and universities prevent plagiarism. I will also discuss what gaps still exist in the research and what recommendations we can make for the future. This is a serious issue in our education system, and I hope that by the end of this presentation, you will understand why mendeley is such a useful tool for maintaining academic integrity. So let me start by explaining what plagiarism is and why it matters so much in higher education. Plagiarism is the act of using someone else's work, ideas, or words without giving them proper credit. This can happen in many forms. Sometimes students copy text directly from the internet, from the books without putting in a question mark. Other times they paraphrase someone else's ideas but forget to cite the original author. In some cases, plagiarism is intentional, but often it is unintentional. Students simply do not know the correct way to cite sources. In Indonesian higher education, plagiarism is a growing problem. Many students struggle with proper citation methods. They face time pressure when writing their assignments and theses. Some students are lazy and do not want to take the time to properly cite their sources. All of these factors contribute to plagiarism happening in our universities. So why does it matter? Because plagiarism threatens the foundation of academic credibility. When students plagiarize, they are not learning how to think critically and develop their own ideas. They are also violating the trust that university place in them. Academic integrity is essential for maintaining the quality and reputation of our academic system. And the good news is that there is a solution, right? Reference management software like Mendeley offers a practical, systematic approach to managing citation and references. By using Mendeley, students can organize their research material, automatically generate citations in different formats, and significantly reduce the risk of unintentional plagiarism. And this is why I'm presenting this topic today. So now let me introduce the five research studies I have reviewed for this presentation. These studies come from different universities and researchers in Indonesia and provide valuable insights into how mendeley can help prevent plagiarism. The first study is by Patak and Tahir from 2019. They conducted interviews with Indonesian mendeley advisors and found that plagiarism is often caused by time restriction, laziness, and students being too busy. However, they also found that mendeley is a practical tool for avoiding plagiarism. Importantly, they emphasize that supervisor feedback is crucial for success. The second study is by Sarison and colleagues from 2025. This is a recent case study from Indonesian tertiary education. They found that the main reason students plagiarize include lack of awareness about proper citation, negative attitudes towards academic integrity, easy access to the internet, and pressure from assignments. They concluded that mendeley helps students justify and build arguments in their specific work. And the third study is by Patak, Tahir, and Jahri from 2022. This study particularly interesting because it developed a mentally based thesis supervision model They found that this model is effective in preventing plagiarism because supervisors can easily track student sources. The study also emphasized that training for both students and supervisors is very important. The fourth study is by Risky and Sultani from 2025. They conducted a training program at Hulu Ole University for sociology students. The results were really impressive. There was a 40% improvement in reference management skills, a 45% increase in mendeley usage, and a 35% improvement in understanding academic ethics. This shows that training really works. Finally, the fifth study is by Basri and Patak from 2015. They surveyed 100 Indonesian students about their perceptions of Mendeley. They found that most students find the basic features of Mendeley easy to use, such as the reference manager, read and annotate, and add and organize features. However, some students found advanced features like flexible formatting and collaborating tools more difficult to use. So now, let me synthesize what all five studies tell us about plagiarism and how Mendeley can help. When we look at all the research together, we can identify two main categories of factors that cause plagiarism, which are student factors and institutional factors. Student factors include lack of awareness about proper citation methods, negative attitudes towards academic integrity, time pressure, and laziness. Many students simply do not know how to cite sources correctly. They may not understand why citation is important. They might be under pressure to finish assignment quickly, or they may not want to put it in an effort to cite properly. And the second one is institutional factors. Institutional factors are really important. Many universities lack comprehensive training programs on how to use reference management software. There are often no clear institutional policies about plagiarism. Supervisors may not provide enough feedback to students about their citations. So these institutional gaps make it easier for plagiarism to happen. So how does Mendeley help? The research shows that Mendeley is a practical and effective tool for managing citations and references. When students use Mendeley correctly, they can organize all their resources in one place. They can automatically generate citations in different formats like APA, MLA, or Chicago style. This reduces the chance of making citation mistakes. Here's the most important finding. Mendeley is only effective when combined with proper training and supervision. The fourth study showed that when students receive structured training on how to use Mendeley, their reference management skills improved by 40%. Their understanding of academic ethics improved by 35%. This is a significant improvement. The role of supervisors is also crucial. When supervisors effectively monitor student sources and provide feedback, plagiarism is much less likely to happen. Supervisors can use Mendeley to check if students are citing their sources correctly. They can guide students toward better academic practices. While five studies I reviewed provide valuable information, they also reveal important gaps in our current knowledge. So let me discuss three critical research gaps that need to be addressed in future studies. The first gap is about advanced features. Most of the exciting research focuses on the basic use of Mendeley. Students learn how to add sources, organize them, and generate citations. But Mendeley has many advanced features that are not well studied. For example, Mendeley has collaboration tools that allow multiple students to work on the same project. It has annotation features that let students highlight and comment on PDF articles. It has flexible formatting, option for different sizes and styles. We do not know much about how these advanced features can help students write better academic papers and maintain better academic integrity. The second gap is about long-term impact. Most of the studies I reviewed are short-term interventions. For example, the Rizki and Sultani study measured improvement immediately after a training program, but we do not know if these improvements last over time. Do students continue to use mentally correctly months or years later? Do they maintain good citation practices throughout their academic careers? We need longitudinal studies that allow and follow students over a longer period. We also need comparative studies that compare mentally with other reference management software like Zotero or EndNote to see which one is most effective in the Indonesian context. The third gap is about supervisors and institutional guidelines. While the research shows that supervisors' feedback is important, we do not know much about whether supervisors are actually ready and trained to use mentally effectively. We do not know if Indonesian universities have clear policies about requiring students to use reference management software. We do not know what barriers exist that prevent universities from implementing these policies. Future research should focus on understanding the readiness of supervisors and the institution factors that support or prevent the adoption of mentally in Indonesian higher education. So, based on my review of these five studies, I can draw one important conclusion. Mendeley is a powerful and well-received tool in Indonesian higher education for avoiding plagiarism. Students find it relatively easy to use. The research shows that it effectively helps students prepare their citations and understand academic ethics. However, its effectiveness depends on two key factors: structured training and active supervision. This conclusion leads me to make three important recommendations for Indonesian universities and educators. First, we need mandatory advanced training on Mendeley. Universities should not just offer a one-time workshop on Mendeley. Instead, they should integrate hands-on training into the curriculum. This training should cover not only basic features like adding sources and generating citations, but also advanced features like annotation, collaboration, and flexible formatting. This training should be mandatory for all students, especially those writing theses or research papers. Second, universities need to develop clear policies about using reference management software. These policies should require students to use Mendeley or another reference management tool. Universities should also provide comprehensive training for supervisors on how to use Mendeley to monitor and guide students' writing. When supervisors understand how to use Mendeley, they can more effectively check if students are citing sources correctly. They can provide better feedback to students about their academic writing. And the third one is we need more research to fill the gaps I mentioned. Future research should conduct longitudinal studies about to track the long-term impact of mentally training on plagiarism rates. Researchers should compare different reference management software tools to see which one works best in the Indonesian context. Most importantly, researchers should investigate the readiness of supervisors and the institutional factors that support or prevent the adoption of Mendeley in Indonesian universities. In conclusion, the Mendeley is an excellent tool for preventing plagiarism, but it works best When universities commit to training, supervision, and clear policies, so by implementing three recommendations, Indonesian universities can significantly reduce plagiarism and improve the quality of academic writing among students. Okay, so I have listed all five sources here with the resources name and the URLs where you can find them. This source provides the foundation for all the findings and recommendations I've presented today. And if you want to learn more about any of these studies, you can visit this website to read the full articles. So, thank you for listening to my presentation. I hope that this has given you a clear understanding of why plagiarism is a serious problem in Indonesian higher education, how mendeley can help solve this problem, and what steps universities and supervisors need to take to make mendeley effective. So if you have any question, I'm happy to answer them. Thank you very much.